Metal kids, welcome to Monday Metal. How we doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Got a little Black Sabbath starting us out with Dio. Dio ruled. All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Monday chat. I hope everybody's had a good Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We had a good weekend here. It was race night Saturday. You may have saw the truck race. We'll go into that here in a minute. But before we get started, it is Veterans Day. I want to say thank you for your service to every past, present, and future veteran. Here's to you, gentlemen. You're the best. You made this country great. We appreciate it. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm enjoying a margarita. All right. So race night was really cool. I don't know if you guys saw the truck race. God, we raced terrible at first. We went off the track a lot. But Dave Hatman pulled a fast one and changed the speed on us on the trucks and raised it one blip, which really made it a lot tougher, which is fine, but we weren't ready for it. So we'll just keep running them at that speed, but we'll have to work it. You know what's really great about the race trucks is this. You really got to work your trigger. You're all over it. Where with the GT cars, some of the faster ones, you know, you don't got to work it quite as much. So I think it's more challenging, which that's why I think the trucks are a lot of fun. Plus they're just cool. They're big bricks, man, you know. I don't know if you caught it, but my truck has tail lights now. Getting them in was extremely difficult. I now understand why Carrera doesn't put tail lights in them. I was able to do it fairly simple, but it required a lot of routing the cable very specifically. So it was easy, but it wasn't easy. And then the gear runs right next to the wire, so you really got to be careful with how you mount them and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to do a truck video this week. I hope to anyway. Since I'm off this week, I should have time. I'm actually off this week because Wednesday I've got to get my scoping done so we can find out what's wrong with my guts. So I'm excited about that. So, except today's the last day I can eat solid food, and I'm actually done eating solid food for the day. So I get to eat broth and popsicles tomorrow. Yippee. But I did get smart. One of my friends told me to use pho broth from, you know, the Vietnamese pho places. So yeah, that's I got that. So, and I'm gonna get some more tomorrow. Anyway, enough of all that stuff. So back to race night. We had a lot of fun. Dave tried to make some rule where if somebody wrecks, you get to pass them, but then it was confusing because then the guy that was in the lead thought that he should pass the guy that wrecked that was behind him, which isn't really right. So anyway, I really need to get that stop button put in, the big yellow button that will stop everybody on the track. And then I'll just marshal that, or somebody will that, you know, isn't racing. And, you know, then every time red flag, we can get them back on the track. Give them a 2-second penalty. Just tell them to wait 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and go. That'll be an easy way to do it. That's the way Joe does it, or Ayers Carrera, who's actually up there racing live right now. So, yeah, I hope you guys catch Joe's show. It's a good show. If you don't, you should check it out. It's on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Him and his wife and family members right now. His daughter and her husband are up there racing, so that's really cool. I recommend you check it out. It's really cool. Speaking of live chats, I hope you guys get to check everybody's live chat out. Marty's on Tuesday. Dan and Harry are on Wednesday nights. I do believe that HO Slot Cars and Scales does his slot car party open house where you come in and you show your track, you join in on the chat. Very cool. He did something where I think he was doing a track design and people were building the track design at their house and racing on it in the chat, which is super cool. I need to check his stuff out more, so I do plan on doing that. But check that show out too. You know, Thursday night is Eric Wildman. I've been doing the live racing on Friday nights. We're probably going to keep doing that. We're having fun with it. I might actually try to make race night coming up be on a Friday so all the gang can be here and we can do that versus having the separate races to watch. But the separate races to watch are cool too because they're a little more focused and they're only 5 minutes long versus sitting there watching a live chat. So we're going to do, you know, that live one with everybody here, but we'll still do the race night where we do the races. I don't know, does anybody have a preference? Please comment down below if you do. I'd love to hear from you. All right. We got an updated, I kind of updated the logo, so it's a little easier to make out. I'm not getting rid of the other one either, the metal looking one. So we're gonna have like multiple logos. My sister's helping me do some shirts, and their guy changed it a little bit and gave it a little bit of an angle and just made it more of a solid color, a little easier to make out, because like the ToJu racing on YouTube, that little icon was hard to make out. Now it's real easy to make out, so I kind of like that. So I like both of them. They're both going to be used. I'm actually planning on maybe doing some t-shirts. Is anybody interested in t-shirts? If I did t-shirts, you know, let me know down below if you're interested in t-shirts, some merchandise. I'm definitely going to do stickers. You know, I'm going to try to give some of the stickers away. I'll have a contest for that. Fox and Wool's already won one on one of my little contests I did on my Halloween video, so, you know, good for them. I still got to get the stickers finalized. I'm working on that right now. So hopefully we'll get that wrapped up soon and then get them babies in production. I'm hoping to maybe have them by Christmas. No news on the slot speed chips. They're working on things. They're still not ready for production. Hopefully they'll get those done soon. If you haven't been keeping up on that, those are going to be the chips that you can use in the Scale Extra to make them work on Carrera Digital, and they're going to be like about half the price of the Carrera chip. At least that's what they think they'll be at this point. We don't have an actual number yet, but that's what they think. That would be really great if so. That would make a lot of Scale Extra cars not so out of price ranges, you know, so they're not getting stupid expensive. I try to keep it under $100, you know. I like it more when they're around 50 or 60. Obviously, we don't want to, you know, spend more money than we have to, but you know, now and then it's obviously worth it for some cars. But anyway, you know what I'm getting at. The more affordable it can be for the hobbyist, that's great. Then you can get more cars. The more cars you have, the more fun, more classes you can race, etc., etc. So that's cool. Oh, on race night we have the truck race. I have a muscle car race, 4-person muscle car race I'm going to post when I get done with this video. We have 6 races from race night to post up. Then there's I believe there's another muscle car race. There's a GT car race. Our cameraman Den and the video editor guy actually does race in one video, so that's cool. We'll point that one out. Very cool. Look for the TARDIS in the truck video if you didn't catch it, and also in the new one. So the rest of those videos will come this week. We'll probably get up one more tonight. Then probably, you know, one every day through the week is I imagine how it'll go. You know, Den has a life and he doesn't have all the time to sit there and edit videos. He's getting really good at it, I have to say, and I really do appreciate his help. Thank you, Den. All right, we talked about the updated logo. I didn't take a picture of it, but I actually did a redesign of the track on the track planner the other day, where it added some S-curves back there. Through that area was S-curves. And then it's a lot similar to what it is, and I moved the pit over to the far lane. I'm thinking about maybe trying it. It won't be anytime soon, but it will help to even up the track. I was talking about how the lanes are slightly different length than how the outside lane is somewhat disadvantaged. The change here, over here that I did, if you guys saw the video, it has a really cool sped up section with some fun music. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend you check it out if you haven't. You should. Anyway, where I changed that and added the guardrails back in for the outside lane, that does help, and people were using the outside lane more, and you get to rail it through that one section. So that does help a lot. I am going to add a shoulder right here on that corner on the outside lane, because that outside lane is the inside lane, and sometimes people are skipping off the track and going out because they're sliding out. I realized that when I was watching the video, so that was a flaw in the track, so I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to get that done this week. So this week on the bench, I'm going to try to do maintenance on all the cars. I'm going to try to take all of them apart and freshen up the grease on all the gears, and clean up the bearings, and then re-oil them and all that, and what have you. Maybe spray some WD-40 in just a tiny drip in the guide keel so it moves really nice and freely. So that's happening on the bench. I don't know if you guys got to see the Corvette video where I worked on Kurt's Corvette, that instead of wires it has like the copper lines and, you know, like a little bus I had to take out and all that. I got it done pretty good. The video came out good. I used a sped up section and some cool music on that video as well. And the car runs really decent, but it's not as fast as it should be. I'm not 100% sure why, but I think that the copper lines that go down to the braids aren't contacting good. So I'm going to actually take that apart this week and then see if I can make that car run a little better for Kurt. And then I want to tighten up the guide. The guide keel's really loose. I'm going to try to put a set screw in it and widen it out on the top and see if it tightens it up a little bit. So we're going to try that and see if that gets it going. But other than that, the car works good. I mean, it runs at a decent speed, but it doesn't run at a competitive speed. Of course, we can try turning it up to like level 6 or something like that to see if it can compete with the cars at level 4. But we'll get it sorted out because I want that car to work for Kurt. He paid a lot of money for that car, and he really likes it. So we're going to do our best to make that work for my buddy Kurt. So, Den is working. Den built the garage there, and he's working on like a car lift that's going to be out there, and he's going to have a little crew with a replacement Carrera motor, one of the Carrera motors that smoked. We're going to have that with on like a little motor stand and him sliding the motor under it and all that. It's going to go on the track for a little decoration, and we might try to make some dual level parking thing or garage thing like that where we can stack the cars up because we're running out of room and Christmas is coming. I'm sure, you know, a lot of the guys will get cars for Christmas. I'm going to get Track Girl a car for Christmas. I'm not telling her what, but she doesn't really watch these, so I actually let her have the Porsche Spider because it's a convertible and she really likes it. She had a lot of fun racing it the other day. We actually have her in a couple of the races that are coming up, so that's cool. Track Girl really has fun with it, and that's cool. Julie's a great lady. So, all right, videos of the week. I actually have 2 this week. There were 2 videos that impressed me so much. You know, I thought I'd mention 2 of them. One is by Home Racing World, and he had a track length problem. By the way, I will post links to the videos down below in the chat. He had a track length problem where he was short some track, and it wasn't the same size as either of those little track pieces that Carrera sells for far too much money for what they are. And so he thought about it, had a drink on it, watched some TV, and thought it over more, and he wound up cutting a straight and extending the piece of track out. It's just ingenious and smart, and everybody has spare straights laying around, and just made a custom slightly longer piece to make up for the difference in the track versus, you know, one of them ones that wouldn't fit and then still being, you know, an inch, half an inch short or what have you, where you know you can't put the track together, and it's not as giving as like HO. You guys that you know went from HO understand that you can kind of, you know, move the HO track a little bit when it's not right. You can really, it's got a lot of give to it. There we go. I couldn't think of the right way to say that, but it's got a lot of give to it where you can, you know, if the track's not quite right, you can put it in there and the track will absorb the problem, so to speak, and, you know, without disconnecting where, you know, you can zip tie the track together, but you know, there's sometimes that the track just not right and you need the track to be together so you get nice smooth racing. So anyway, you guys know what I'm getting at. So it's a really cool video, a really ingenious way to fix it. He used some black hot glue to glue the pieces of track together so it looked like all one piece. It's trick, it's really cool. Great job, man. Medal to you, sir. Medal to you. I don't know your name, I'll have to figure that out. But great job, great job. So that's the one. And the second one is Nico, the slot car dude. He's got one where he shows you how to adjust the chassis height of the car to where the ride height of the body is. I'm going to try that. I watched it once, and I need to try it on a couple of my Carrera cars. I have not had a chance to do that. That's going to go on the bench one of these days. I'm going to try that with one or two of these cars. It'd be nice to get a better stance, especially like with these hot rods. You know, this one's not too bad, but some of them are way up there. So you get the idea. So getting that body down, you know, getting it low, then you can maybe roll better through the track. So that's the name of the game, you know. So yeah, so Nico's video is really cool. He goes over how to change the body height of a Carrera car. I didn't completely fathom how you do it quite yet. I watched it, like I said, only one time. So I'm going to watch that again and sort it out. But it's a really cool video, great idea. And I do want to try it as soon as I can. So I'll post the link to that video as well and the Home Racing World. So medal to you, Nico. All right, man. So I don't think there's really much else to go over. Oh, Black Knight pinball's working, so look for a live video this week. Me playing some Black Knight. I'm super excited. Black Knight from 1977. I played that when I was a kid, man. And thanks to Dana for helping me out on that. We replaced the coil, and he replaced a bunch of the... It's got a weird board thing that where you sandwich two boards together. It's this big 40-pin connector that he had to resolder. Then you put these two boards together. It's kind of a crap design by Bally, in all truth. They used it on Flash as well on the System 5s and the System 7s, if you know your old pinball machines. So anyway, it's working again, and I'm super excited about that. I gotta clean it up real quick while I got it opened up, and I'm gonna make sure the balls are cleaned up and waxed as well, because they can pick up a lot of grit, and they'll be like rolling sandpaper if you don't watch out and ruin your playfield. So anyway, very cool. But that's all I have for this week, just a little quick chat, so that's cool. So like I said, check everybody's live chats out, watch all the videos you can, race your slot cars, have a great week, be good to each other, be young as often as possible, man, because getting old, it's the pits, and responsibility sucks. So being a kid's great. So all right, everybody, remember to smile. It's a great thing. All right, see you later, Slot Cowboys. Race on. Metal. Bye-bye.